You have your romance Saskatchewan, your love Saskatchewan. I haven't yet found matrimony, but this is Honeymoon, Saskatchewan. Not sure when the hall was built, but there was a store beside it for a long time, wherein Henry Bolivar ran the post office until June 19th, 1967, when he retired. Just north of Honeymoon Road is St. Peter and Paul Ukrainian Orthodox Church, built in 1925. It was the second church built in the neighborhood. St. Mary of Perpetual Help was built in 1924, a Roman Catholic church that I have not yet found. Many of the settlers who began arriving in this area just before World War I were from Galicia, Bithynia, Rovina, and other places on the eastern marches of Europe. Names like Korichki, Zhebershchuk, Polidvar, Kuznitsky, Kreshovitz. They apparently established a school called Padole, P-A-D-O-L-E, in 1915, somewhere in the neighborhood. I'm looking for its location too. I don't know when it closed. The students these days are likely bussed over to Spruce Home or down to Prince Albert. The first settlers here found that this area was generally grasslands with patches of heavy bush of balsam poplar and trembling aspen on the drained soils, with black spruce and tamarack on the bogs, stands of white spruce. This is mostly undifferentiated glacial till mounted on glacial lake beds of silts and clays, some deltaic deposits of sand and gravels. Chernozomic soils predominate in this area. And this appears to be St. Peter and Paul's Cemetery. There never was any rail line through Honeymoon, and with no station to anchor the community, it sort of spread up and down the range road. The nearest grain point was Albertville Station, about 5 miles due north on the rail line that the Canadian Pacific built through from Nipawin to the Paddockwood Sub in 1931. There was one elevator there, and it was closed by the pool in 1967. The rail line itself was taken out in 1998. A grain point almost as close was Henribourg, northeast on the Paddock Sub C-N and C-B, built in 1925 from Prince Albert to Paddockwood. There stood 4 elevators, the last one being closed by the pool in 1976. Panning around to look north up Honeymoon Road, Range Road 246 or 250, looking across the Garden River, which flows to the North Saskatchewan River maybe 20 miles behind us. We're on a mound of glacial till here, looking down on the lake bed. Just up there is the intersection of Gardner Road. And here we are at that intersection, about 4 miles south of Albertville. And this is all that's left of Honeymoon's mail service. On May 1st, 1916, Mark Karicki opened up the Honeymoon post office, likely in his parlor of his homestead. After World War II, it was moved down to the store, where it officially closed on July the 12th, 1967. Nice level land, but a little boggy, I think. Gets stuck out there in the springtime. And this is Gardner Road, looking east. It is a bright, white, windy afternoon this Sunday, September the 10th, 2017. And we're looking south in Honeymoon, Saskatchewan. The nearest grain point for farmers these days is 8 miles due west on Township Road 502 at White Star over on Highway 2. There, Viterra operates the high throughput elevator that the pool built in 1993 on what is now the stub of the paddock. I'd like to dedicate this little video to Frida and Richard.